Mike Owens and Inside Fighting here, and it's always a pleasure to be joined by Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill. Jamahal, always a pleasure, my man. How are things with you today?
What's going on, bro? Good to talk to you. Good to see you again. How you been?
I'm very well. How are you? We haven't seen you. I think the last time we spoke was May, just after the Rountree fight was booked. So how has the rest of 2024 been for you?
It's been all right, just dealing with injuries, not as bad as last year, but still, just some injuries, trying to get the body right, trying to get back to 100%, just grinding and get ready for the next one.
I think if memory serves, the reason you for the pull out of the fight in July was a knee injury. How are you dealing with that? How's recovery with that one?
It's good. I've been recovering. Been recovering. Recovery's going good, just getting back in the swing of things and getting back in the fight form.
Mm. Are you ready to get back to camp now? Are you at a stage where you feel like you can start gearing up for a camp?
I'm in camp now.
You're in camp now?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll see you hopefully first quarter 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We should gonna make some it's gonna be announced soon.
It's going to be
Be
announced soon.
announced soon. So it's a good one. It's a good one.
Any clues? I know you can't give it away. I know the matchmakers
Been
will
a
get
long
annoyed at you.
time. It's been a long time coming.
Is it the fight that we all think it will be? Let's put it like that.
I don't know what fight y'all think it's be, but I know y'all won't be disappointed by it.
Is it a fight where it was maybe booked at one stage when one person had the strap?
You said what?
Is it a fight that has already been booked at one stage?
I don't even know how. Nah, I don't even know how to answer that. You tried to trick. You tried to trap
I
me
ain't
up
trying
right
to.
there.
I ain't trying
Okay.
to trick you. I okay. We'll leave that there. We'll leave that there. But it's a fight that you're happy with. It's a fight that you feel like is the right next fight for you at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Good stuff. Good. Well, that's good to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Um, outside of that fight, what do you make of the 205-pound division at the moment?
Outside of that, what do I make it the 205 division? I
Mm.
mean, it's pretty top heavy right now. We it would be nice to get some new blood in. But I think we still shows being put on. You know, we got Oldberg, and I believe Uzdemir tonight.
Mm.
I think that's gonna be a good one. Um, Pereira's been doing his thing. So yeah, bro. I believe we're in a good spot.
You were obviously matched up against Carlos Ulberg, as you mentioned. He's fighting tonight. Do you look at him as a guy who will eventually get to your level, that top five championship level? Do you see him as
Yeah,
having that potential?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I expect him to be. I expect him to be up on that level. This chick just pushed this other chick on an escalator. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Like down the escalator. She pushed this chick down the escalator.
I've had a lot of things happen to me on interviews, but not a guest be so be have his attention taken by antics in the mall. That's a new one for me, Jamal.
Love that, bro. Yeah, yeah. That's wild.
Um,
Yeah.
Alex Pereira. I know he was your focus the last time we spoke. I know that you said that that was the guy that you wanted. You wanted that over a fight over. It
Mm.
was more important to get that rematch back than to win the light heavyweight title back. Is that still the focus for you?
100%. Yeah, yeah. 100%. I believe Alex now has put his name on a level that can kind of transcend the title. Just to have that name on the resume and go in and just do what I know how to fight should have went the first time.
Hmm. What did you make of his performance against Rountree?
Is what I expected. He did exactly what I expected him to do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Obviously, being able to dominate at the highest level inside the UFC is is impressive in its own right. But for the level that I believe he was on, that's what I expected from him.
Hmm. Did you expect Rountree to have as much success as he did early?
I expected him to have some success because I know the southpaw stance is a little bit tricky for Alex, but I ultimately knew what Khalil has. He lunges too much. He lunges to get in the range for taller, rangier guys, and I knew he wouldn't have that same pop and explosive to be able to get to him and touch him consistently or enough.
Hmm. When you were booked to fight him, did you
He
expect it
did
to be
surprise
similar?
me. He did surprise me in the fact that he dropped him and then backed off.
Mm.
That was weird, but
How did you think the fight
yeah,
between you and him would have went if that had went down at 303?
how that last round with Alex, how
Mm.
he was piecing him up. That's how the whole fight would have went with me, and it would have been worse, way worse.
You think so? Yeah. How do
Mm-hmm.
you see? It feels like Pereira's going to be up next against Ankalaev after Ankalaev's win against Rakic. Do you give Ankalaev much of a chance in that one? How do you see that one playing out?
Yeah, I give Ankalaev a big chance at winning it. Just because of the way he fights, the style in which he fights. If you notice, Ankalaev is a counter fighter. He just the things that he pops out at you at first are just to draw things out of you, right?
Mm.
And 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 Alex is a pressure fighter. He's a forward pressure fighter. He throws shots. He sits in them. He wants to sit heavy and hard in the shot, and he kind of leaves himself exposed to be countered. And Ankalaev counters with combination. So there will be openings for him there to land. Plus, Ankalaev's a southpaw, so that's a factor. That's another factor of a puzzle that he's gonna have to figure out. So yeah, I see, and then the wrestling from Ankalaev. So
Mm.
yeah, I definitely give him a chance.
But I would
See, there's a reason
imagine.
why I came that I didn't want Ankalaev to get to him first.
Well, I was about to ask that. I would imagine, even though you want the Pereira fight back, I would imagine that you're gunning for Pereira to win that fight so that when you get that rematch with Pereira, the title is
Yeah.
still on the line.
I mean, to me, it don't matter one way or the other. I mean, either one. I want to knock Magomed out in his own too, just because to me, he's a bitch and he fucking talks like a bitch and he acts like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't fuck with him much at all. So
Wh-
fuck him. And yeah, I'd love nothing more to put his bitch ass to sleep
Where did the beef with yourself and Ankalaev come from?
from him acting like a bitch. He just acts like a bitch, bro. Like, I mean, like, I'll even say things and I'm not even fucking talking to this weirdo. You know what I'm saying? And then he's coming and try to take shots at me because he's so fucking lame. And he sees that the fan base kind of has a thing for me. So he kind of tries to ride that wave. You know what I mean? Him and a couple few other people do that shit. But he's like the cheesiest fucking one that does it. So yeah. You know what I mean? Even after whenever they announced the Khalil Rountree fight versus Pereira, the Khalil Rountree and Pereira
Mm.
fight, I thought it should have been Magomed, right?
Mm.
So I said that. This motherfucker tried to talk about I was crying. I was like, hold on, dude. I'm just saying what I'm thinking, and it actually is something that benefits you. You acting like a bitch like that. So fuck him. You
Mm.
want you want real beef. I can be beef like that. Fuck you.
Mm. That's an interesting point you made there because I saw your video you put on yesterday, the You're a Fan video. Where did that come from? What was the reason that you felt you wanted to post that?
Because they all fans, bro. Anytime you see my name, anytime they see my name, anytime they see my picture, anytime they hear anything about me, they sprint to the comment. My engagement is through the roof right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's only fandom, bro.
Mm.
I don't know you. We don't know each other personally. So how else could we be? How else could it be like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
You're a fan. He a
Yeah.
fan, he a fan, he a fan.
No, but it is interesting, and I say this next question with respect because we've always had a good relationship. You've always been so generous
Yeah.
with your time for me. The fans have really seemed to get on your back, maybe since probably 300, maybe just before. Do you feel that, and do you have a particular reason why you feel like that, if you agree at all?
Nah, honestly, I don't feel like it's like it's really just the soy boy ass weirdos, like the soft boys, like these
Mm.
fucking like I gotta like every time like you go to their you go to their pictures, it's like you're a fucking lame. Of course you're gonna try to follow the crowd. None of them have
Mm.
actually original thoughts. They're just
Mm.
all regurgitating the same dumbass shit, whether it makes sense or not. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? It's almost like this shit. It sounds like a bunch of fucking Democrats. You know what I mean? Like, be real with you, bro. Just
Mm.
regurgitating the same bullshit because they think it's gonna hurt somebody's feelings. Bro,
Mm.
my life is great.
Yeah.
Like, it is truly great.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
good.
I went
That's
from
good.
even speaking of the video, you know what I'm saying? I went from smoking in the trap to blowing gas in arenas. Come on, man. We on top, baby.
100%. Speaking about that, I bet you last week you never had on your bingo card to get called out by Jon Jones. I bet you that came as a surprise.
Yeah. 100% did. 100% did. Another thing people are getting weird about, it's like he called me out. You know what I mean? Which that's a fight that I've wanted since I got here. That was the first name that came out of my mouth whenever they put a UFC camera in front of me. So for him to say that now to me lets me know that I've been doing the right things. I've been doing the right things. I put myself now in the conversation to where the widely considered GOAT it Phil has enough respect to where he would want to share the cage with me. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the right things.
On that point,
You got
Jamahal, do you feel like heavyweight is in your future at some point? Because I think John mentioned a catchweight at 220, but do you envisage a move up to heavyweight at some point?
yeah, that's my plan eventually. I got I got a couple challenges here that I wanna have, you know what I mean, and questions that I want to answer at this weight. But then yeah, eventually I do want to move up. When I ran into Tom Aspinall at the PI. You know what I mean? I told him, I'm gonna do my thing down there, and I want that test. I want that test, 100%.
Well, look, I have to give you some credit because I saw your YouTube channel and I saw that you predicted that the kicks would be key for John in that fight last Saturday. Why did you feel that the kicks would be so key in that matchup for John against Stipe?
Because they're not used to seeing them at heavyweight. You know what I
Mm,
mean? He's already got the longest reach, and they're good, they're fast, they're powerful kicks, and the kicks that he uses are to keep you at a certain range. That T kick, that oblique kick, you can't just walk through an oblique kick. And
mm,
Stipe wasn't used to it, and Stipe's never been kicked at like that before. You know what I mean? And I believe that on a consistent basis, the way John does, would cause a lot of problems with him,
mm.
especially with him trying to get Stipe's main way of entering is his boxing. You have to come with your feet. Your feet have to be under you in boxing. So what's the best way to fuck with a boxer? Chop his legs up.
How
Make sure legs.
have you been surprised by John's behaviour over the Tom Aspinall fight and his seeming unwillingness to want to fight the interim champion?
Oh, no, because I don't know John personally like that. So
Mm,
you know what I mean? So I don't know how he is whenever he truly don't like somebody or when he feel like being petty and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But to me, like I said on my YouTube channel, it's a fight that I want to see.
mm,
John being the GOAT, being the best, the having that label, people look to you to see how great greatness can really be. You know what I mean? And the ones that are daring enough want to try to test themselves at those levels. So why not push that height as high as possible for the next people coming?
mm.
So that's kind of the way I look at it. Like I said, I look at it like Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo. Floyd didn't have no reason to fight Canelo, but he did.
Mm.
You know.
So, as someone who can predict things so well, if I give you a $3 million bet, who would you bet in Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall if that fight happens?
If I had a $3 million bet, who would I bet for Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones? You said if you giving me a $3 million, it's your $3 million, right?
It's my $3 million. Yeah.
Who's the underdog?
Right answer. Right answer.
whoever, whoever the dog is.
Well, look, turning the conversation back to yourself, you've got this fight. We can't talk about it, but we know you've got a fight, which is good to hear. Have you plotted a course for 2025 to get you back in title contention come the end of the year or early 2026?
I'm one win away, one stoppage away. So yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Regardless of whatever narrative might be out of there. I was at the top of the game. I got injured. I took time off. I came back to help save a card. You know what I mean? It didn't go my way. And now I'm working. Now I just gotta work back. You know what I mean? It's just that I'm not that far off. How many people are really ahead of me like that? You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not like you know what I mean, like you think it is. It's actually a very, very short journey back to the top.
mm. So you feel like one big win, first quarter 2025, you're right in a position to fight for the belt, you know,
100%.
second half of the year.
100%.
You've been the champion,
But
and
whenever
you've been the champion.
I'm listening.
You've been the
Mhm.
champion. You're trying to reclaim a belt that you already held. Is the motivation the same? Is the motivation different? Does it feel different climbing up the mountain a second time around? How do you feel going into this? Now you're trying to reclaim the
Yeah, I
belt.
mean, it's. I don't know how you can define all this motivation different from that, but I'm highly motivated for the simple fact of I didn't get my ring. You know what I mean? I didn't get the. I've never even. I never got my gold trunks. I never got my championship fight kit. I never got to walk out from the other end and have that last walk in. I didn't get none of that. You know what I mean? I want it.
Mm. So in your mind, you're almost a guy who's never become champion. You've got that
No,
accomplishment, but you haven't.
I've been the champion. Now I'm just more. I know what it takes to be the champion. I know how to be a champion.
Let me rephrase that. You haven't reaped the benefits of being a champion.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Have you made any changes in this camp to going into this camp for this next fight?
I'm out in Omaha right now. I'm down here training with Anthony Smith. I've been in with Team Skywalker out here. So I've been mixing, adding them to the campus, added a new element and a new things. I'm learning new things about myself, new things about just the fight game in general. You know, I'm always out here to learn, always to grow and see what I can add to my tool bag.
100%. Well, Jamahal, it's always a pleasure getting some of your time. It really is. Good to hear you've got a fight book because we want to see you fit, healthy, and active. So have a great and safe rest of camp and best of luck for the next
Thank you.
fight.
Appreciate it. You have a good one.